Welcome back to another episode of Out Loud Geek, where we discuss news and views about pop culture, science fiction, fantasy, food, cooking, the outdoors, and more. Initial viewership numbers for the release of the first two episodes of LucasFilm's latest Star Wars series, Ahsoka, were published today by Samba TV. So over a period of 6 days of viewing, only 1.2 million households that are connected to Samba TV bothered to watch the show. To understand the significance of this, we have to look at similar Samba TV viewership numbers for the release of other Star Wars series on Disney+. Unfortunately, while no Samba TV numbers are available for Andor, there are viewership numbers available for the premieres of the third season of The Mandalorian, The Book of Boba Fett, and Obi-Wan Kenobi. And we'll start with the largest of those three. In the first 4 days of the Obi-Wan Kenobi series premiering on Disney Plus in 2022, 2.14 million households tuned in. In other words, nearly 1 million more households tuned in to watch the premiere of Obi-Wan Kenobi than the premiere of Ahsoka over a period of time that was 33% shorter. If we normalize the 1.2 million households who watched the premiere of Ahsoka over its first 6 days of streaming into a period of 4 days, then we get an equivalent value of 800,000 households who tuned in, which is less than half the number of households who watched Obi-Wan Kenobi's premiere over the same length of time. So is it possible that Samba TV used a 6-day period instead of a 4-day period to allow for the number of households viewing Ahsoka to grow past 1 million? I'll leave that answer up to everyone who's watching this video. When The Book of Boba Fett premiered in December 2021, 1.7 million households tuned in during its first 5 days of streaming according to Samba TV. And when the third season of The Mandalorian premiered on Disney Plus in March of this year, 1.6 million households tuned in to watch over a period of 5 days, also according to Samba TV. Since no data has been made available for Andor's premiere from Samba TV, we can't use that as a comparison, but it's quite clear from these other 3 Disney Plus streaming shows that there is very little interest in Ahsoka, which has a record low number of households viewing it as compared with those other 3. As I said in my video that I released on Saturday in which I reviewed the first episode of Ahsoka, this series isn't going to revive Star Wars, and these very low viewership numbers provided by Samba TV are a demonstration of that. The Star Wars franchise was damaged by shows like The Book of Boba Fett, the third season of The Mandalorian, and Obi-Wan Kenobi. And Ahsoka, being the first new series to premiere after that devastatingly bad third season of The Mandalorian, is the recipient of the growing apathy towards the Star Wars franchise that these 3 poor shows have left behind. Even the show Andor, which has very good reviews overall, wasn't able to draw much of an audience, and part of the reason for that is shows like The Book of Boba Fett and Obi-Wan Kenobi, which preceded it. So I won't be surprised if Ahsoka only musters around the same number of total minutes viewed as Andor, if not less. When a huge number of people aren't bothering to watch a new series for a particular franchise, not only is it a rather obvious sign that the overall interest in that franchise has waned significantly, it may also mean that the franchise has been critically damaged or is very simply dead. In the case of Star Wars, I regard the franchise to be dead, and responsibility for its death rests solely with the person who has been the president of LucasFilm ever since Disney purchased it at the end of 2012, Kathleen Kennedy. So for anyone who isn't happy about the fact that very few people are interested in watching the Ahsoka series, blame the person who is actually responsible for the dire state of the franchise, Kathleen Kennedy. Don't blame YouTubers such as myself who have been calling her and her highly detrimental decisions out for a very long time. Also, for anyone who isn't happy about the poor viewership numbers for Ahsoka, just remember that at the end of next month, the overly expensive Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser Hotel at Disney World is permanently closing. Why? Because there isn't enough interest, and of the few who are interested, very few can actually afford to stay there. The reality about the Star Wars franchise is very simply that it's dead, and Kathleen Kennedy is the primary person responsible for its demise. Thanks for watching today, and a huge thanks to everyone who has subscribed to our channel. We appreciate your support. If you enjoyed this video, please press the like button, and please feel free to share a comment. If you'd like to help support this channel, please press the red subscribe button, and please press the bell to receive notifications for new content. You can also find us on Facebook, Instagram, Threads, and Twitter by clicking on the links in the description. Until next time, this is Out Loud Geek.